Hello, everyone. This is your host, Sunil, from Bonafires Explore Visas. We have an expert with us. So today we'll be exploring more on Canada, one of the best countries to get settled with family and enjoy a lot of government benefits. So people more often choose this pathway. So now we will be definitely, understand, about Canada, about the benefits of PR, how the PR system came in place before PR, what was the procedure, how the candidate gets picked up to be in Canada. So these topics we will be covering today, and hope with this video you'll have the fair idea about Canada and their process. So we have Achira with us, one of the expert in Canada. So hi, ma'am, how are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. Hope you're doing good as well.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for coming. So today, we'll it's about Canada. So please let us take us to of this particular country, so that our viewers get motivated, and if they are interested, they can find their PR journey in Canada.
Okay. Now, if we talk about Canada as a destination, it's the second largest country in the world.
Oh wow!
Right? And Canada has been consistently ranking between 9th to 10th position when it comes to the largest economy in the world.
Okay.
Right? So, Canada has 10 provinces or states and 3 territories.
All right.
So, as you rightly mentioned, that Canada provides permanent residency to skilled migrants, and when a person becomes a PR holder of Canada, he or she would be eligible for multiple social security benefits.
Okay.
For instance, the person would get free Medicare for himself and his family. Education for the kids are completely free until class 12. Even the university fees are like significantly low.
Okay.
In fact, after a certain point of time, the Canadian PR holders are eligible for the Canadian pension plan, employment insurance. Of course, there are certain work criteria which needs to be met. And there are innumerable other benefits that the government of Canada gives.
That's nice. Yeah.
So if we talk about Canada as a destination, it is something like, it's an English-speaking country, which is something really very important because people often think that French is the first language. No, English is the first language in Canada. Definitely the second language in Canada is French. If you know French language, definitely that's a huge bonus point as of now. But English is widely spoken across Canada.
All right. Which is the immigration regulatory body in Canada? And prior to this, what was the procedure to get settled in Canada? What's the history behind this particular, immigration?
Yes, so the current immigration regulatory body in Canada is IRCC, Immigration, Refugee and Citizenship Canada. So IRCC came to place in the year 2015. Prior to that, the regulatory immigration body in Canada was CIC, that was formed way back in 1994.
Okay.
So the major difference between CIC and IRCC is CIC was following manual system of accepting applications. Like you have to send all the documents to Canada manually through courier. And they definitely used to follow a quota system. So each year they used to release the occupation in demand, and they used to have a specific quota, which could be anything between 500 to 1,000. And the number of occupations then used to be very limited, maximum 24, not more than that. So the Canadian government thought of, there has to be a more streamlined process, and hence they introduced IRCC. So when IRCC took it over in 2015, it was completely online to make it more streamlined, to make the processing much faster, because prior to that, the backlog of application used to be huge, right? Now, when IRCC came to place, they introduced the Express Entry program. And under IRCC or under Express Entry, There are currently 5 categories. One is the federal skilled program. The second is the federal skilled trade program. The third is Canadian experience class, more commonly known as CAC. And definitely it is also the PNP, the provincial nomination program. And of late, since the last 3 years, little less than 3 years, the concept of category-based draw has been introduced in Canada because they want a more structured approach of selecting candidates and giving them the invitation to permanent residency.
All right. That's nice. So, viewers, I hope you have got to know the introduction of Canada and the programs through which you can migrate to Canada. So, in our next video, we'll be definitely explaining you the different programs, how that will work, what's the eligibility, and everything. Till then, please follow us and wait for our next video. And once it's there, please do watch and explore more on Canada. Thank you so much.